I'm going to film a disclaimer because I have lots of friends with kids and I might not know some of you with kids. I like to swear a lot and I'm obviously intoxicated. So if you have a problem with swearing or if you have children in the room, well, actually if you have a problem with swearing, I'm sorry, we can't be friends. So just don't watch my shit, period. But if you have children in the room, I would dismiss them and watch this later or tell them to go and put earmuffs on and go play in their room. Because I do swear a lot. But I am going to give you a very honest review about Disney Cruise Line and what I think about it. And if you don't have kids, this is perfect for you because this is the God-honest truth for someone who does not have children. Okay, there are 20 days left until Halloween, people. Woo-hoo! My favorite holiday of the year. So, the Disney cruise I went on was a Halloween on the high seas. Now, I'm going to first start with this. Now, disclaimer, I do love children. I'm one of those that does not like a lot of kids running around screaming, misbehaved, or there are those millennial parents that are like, shh, it's okay, it's okay. No, it's not okay. So I actually was quite apprehensive on going on the Disney cruise. I really, for a year, had to be pretty convinced by my boyfriend and friends. And with that being said, I finally decided to do this. Mostly because one of my friends at work, Kathy and Ariane, hey girls, their mom decided to get the Walt Disney baller ass fucking suite. My boyfriend and I were like, well, this is probably our only chance to ever fucking see this thing. So let's go on this fucking cruise. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Kind of had to work myself up, had to watch a lot of YouTube videos on this shit, and decided to do it. So left out of San Diego and went to Mexico, did a day at sea, and then came on back to SD. Now, I was expecting like Disneyland times 10, like thrown up in your face when we fucking got there. I wanted to be that obnoxious person. So I made my boyfriend wear matching shirts with myself. And on our Disney cruise!
Woo! Disney cruise time!
Matching shirts because we're that annoying. I even got my bow. Toddlers and Tiara style. And I thought, oh my God, this shit's gonna have like Pluto and Mickey and Minnie and everyone hanging from the fucking ceiling when you get in there. And surprisingly, it looked like a fucking Ritz-Carlton. And I was like, okay, I was not expecting this in their little atrium because I've only ever been on Carnival cruises. Now, for those that have been on Carnival, I'm gonna give you a real quick comparison. Disney Cruise Line is like the fucking Saks Fifth Avenue to Carnival being JCPenney. Straight out. Like, holy shit. From the boat to the food to the booze to the service to the rooms, everything. We start walking around and I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, kids aren't fucking running around going crazy. I'm cool with this shit. And we get to our room, which was an inside stateroom because we booked it pretty late and we were like, that's all that's left. Let's just see. This shit was bigger than a fucking Carnival room. I don't know, I can't do math, but we decorated our door because their doors are magnetic. Everyone decorates their doors and gets crazy. Of course, we had to be those people because again, I don't do shit half-ass. And we went and got some drinks and we started walking around the boat and I noticed that, like, ever been to the Grand Californian Hotel, how there's like tiny touches of Disney everywhere? It was very much like that. I was very surprised it was not in your fucking face. So anyway, we met up with our friends. We saw the Walt Disney Suite, which, oh my God, was amazing. It was like bigger than my apartment. It was probably like 3 of my apartments and I don't live in a small one. Those with children, they put these little like tracking bracelets on your children, like little bracelets, tracking IDs. And you can drop your kids off at the kids club. And we met lots of couples whose kids were in the fucking kids club, the teen club. And those little kids, they don't want to come back to your ass. They come back at dinner and then they're like, bye bitch, back till midnight, and then they come back to the room. If you have children, but you still want kind of like your own shit on vacation, this is the way to go, because literally they have so much fun in that kids club, they do not want to come out. So when I really say like I felt like the kids were contained and they were not around me, it's because those little fucking kids were having a goddamn blast in the kids club, like living it up. And then came the sail away party where got my little cheerleading red pom-pom. And super fun, like they played like a custom horn and shot out all this fucking confetti and we sailed away, and then the night began. So the first night I was kind of not sure what to expect. We had dinner and it was fucking awesome. And then I'm gonna talk about my favorite part of the night. There is this shit called Match Your Mate. And they basically pick you like on like different little circumstances. So like they said like, okay, what couple out here has been married like the least amount of time? And this couple, little gems, were 8 months. So they got up. And then they did like what couple's been married the longest, and they got up. And then they were like, just 2 random people get up here and blah, blah, blah. And then they made us like do a dance off. So my coworker Kathy and I were like just like dancing, and I was like, bitch, get in a fucking handstand. I'm gonna fucking carry your legs and I'll crawl through you. Like, we're gonna do some crazy shit to get picked. We didn't get picked, but the old people who did get picked were hilarious. So anyway, it was hilarious. This guy was like blackout drunk, sitting on the stage, like falling asleep. Pete, as everyone called him. Pete was so fucked up, like so fucked up. Like he was my spirit animal for the rest of the cruise. They had taken the wives away and they'd asked like, oh, if you had to save something, or if you had to save something in the fire, and your house was on fire, what would it be? And he was sitting there and he's like, I don't know. And he's like, eyes are closed and he's rocking back and forth. And straight up homeboy goes, she'd save her makeup. Fast forward, the wives come back and the wife gets asked like, what would you save in a burning fire? And she goes, my children. And everyone in the room just kind of goes like, homeboy, you're that fucked up, you forgot your kids? So she goes, no, that's not quite what he said. And she's like, so then her second guess was their dog. And she's like, no. And she's like, she like literally had no idea. And so the host, Joe, who is the best fucking cruise entertainer I've ever met, was like, he said your makeup. And she gets like 25 shades of red, pissed as fuck. And anyway, they continue on in the fucking show. We hear her with her little consolation prize and put it over her shoulder all pissed off. And she's like, I highly doubt you would grab my makeup if it was in a fire. Like, we all were like, yo, Pete's sleeping up on deck 9 tonight in a lounge chair and he ain't gonna be happy in the morning. Anywho, my friends did see him the next morning in line at the buffet for breakfast, and they texted us and were like, Pete's hurting today. We actually stayed for the quote club. And if you've been on a Carnival cruise, you know this really is an actual like ratchet as fuck club. No, on a Disney cruise, everything's edited. And there was no one in the club. Straight up. Like, check my Instagram. I posted a video. And it was kind of sad. So we kind of brought the party and talked to the bartenders because there was 4 of us and there was no one else. And then we were like, well, maybe it's because everyone has kids and the 4 of us don't. Whatever. We try to rationalize it. Whatever. The next day, we definitely did the pool instead of getting off in Mexico. I've been to Ensenada twice. Both times did not end well because I got extremely fucked up out there. And we thought, you know what, let's be a little more tame, just get fucked up to ourselves in the adult Oasis pool, tan, which we did, and we did trivia and all that shit too. After people got back on boat from like Mexico, they had like a pirate night where I got this like little cute bitch headband. Pirates of in the Caribbean. Mickey being a little pirate ass bitch. it was really fun. Like, we had a pirate party, and then we had to like book it to our rooms to go change because there was an adult-only costume contest. There's a lot of drama that happened with that because UPS fucked up our order before we left on our cruise. But long story short, we ended up getting nominated by the crew for most Disney, my boyfriend and I, because we were Sorcerer Mickey and Sorceress Minnie. My idea. Thank you. And we got second place, and we were super stoked about that. I was really salty I didn't get first, but Ursula got first, and she like fucking killed it. So we did do brunch. It was an upcharge specialty dining at Apollo, and they just like killed it. Like their buffet and then like menu, my God. But I will say, like, having a gluten allergy, everybody was like bowing to my feet, and like the chefs were coming out and making sure I was okay. The chef Apollo like personally walked me around the buffet, like, please don't eat this, please eat this. If you'd like this, I'll make it for you. And I was like, what the fuck? But okay, thank you so much. So one thing we did that was really fun is they have this like giant water slide and had a full face of makeup, and I was like, not really wanting to go on it because I was kind of salty because we had to go to like some show that evening and I didn't want to redo my makeup. But I did use, this is where the makeup part comes in, the Fenty primer and the Fenty foundation. I went down that motherfucking water slide like a goddamn champ, okay? And I went down it, and this tidal wave of water flew all over me, all over my face, everything. And guess what? None of my makeup moved, okay? So I am going to say when Fenty says they are sweat and waterproof, that motherfucker is. So I'm proud of you, Rihanna, because you ain't lying, because I tested your shit out. I'm going to say my top 3 favorite things and my top 3 not favorite things. I'll start with the 3 not favorite things. 1, room service at night. It was 24 hours. Fucking sucked. You know why? Because all my fucking bitch ass could eat was fucking Caesar salad and tomato soup with no croutons. Fuck that for drunk food. 2, the club sucked. End of story. 3, I feel like on a 3-day cruise, I didn't like know where to spend my time because I'm like love trivia and love bingo and I want to do that, but I also want to sit out by the pool, just relax and have some drinks. But it is what it is. Top 3 things I loved. 1, the drink of the day was only $4.75, and all of the drinks were like crazy affordable, like they were cheaper than they are in the parks. So I was like, what? 2, I loved how clean the boat was and how friendly the staff was and how accommodating everybody was. And I would say the number 1 thing I loved was that we just were smiling the whole time. We just had a great fucking time. You just go on there and you just feel fucking happy. And now I feel like one of those cheesy fucking commercials, like, come on and get happy. But really, like, I don't know. It's the same feeling you get when you go to Disneyland. It's just you're happy and you just want to fucking prance around and wear your little fucking Disney ears and shit. If you need help with booking Disney cruises, post below because I have someone who could hook your ass up with some discounts, okay? Don't forget to like my videos. Don't forget to subscribe down below. And as I always say, my friends, cheers to me, cheers to you. And to Disney Cruise Line for being fucking awesome. And you're awesome. Cheers. By the way, do you know that I'm wearing these because these are the Halloween Minnie ears? I hope you appreciate that right now. And they're not from the cruise ship, they're from the park. Okay?